The Imperial Guards stepped back. "You look peaked, old friend," the Emperor said, when the guards were standing as far from the Emperor as they were willing to go. "You did not summon me here to discuss my health." "Ah, no, but I have been informed that I lack certain social graces, and it seems incumbent on me to practice." Eluvian raised a brow. His eyes were blue. Barani blue denoted many things. At the moment, he was annoyed. Annoyed and tired. "Very well. The halls of law seem to be having some minor difficulty." When Eluvian failed to reply, the Emperor continued. "In particular, and of interest to you, the difficulty involves the wolves." Of course it did. The halls of law were divided into 3 distinct divisions: the hawks, the swords, and the wolves. The only division of relevance to Eluvian was the wolves. Eluvian exhaled. "Again. Indeed." The Emperor's eyes remained orange. The orange, however, did not darken toward red, the color of dragon anger. Eluvian bowed his head for one long moment. His eyes, he knew, were now the blue of anger and frustration. In a life considered by the youthful Barani and dragon kin long, failure was not the worst thing to happen to him. But consistent failure remained humiliating, and no Barani wished their failures dissected by dragons. He struggled to contain emotion, to submerge it. In this, too, he failed. "I have never understood why you wish to create this division of mortal wolves. We have power structures developed over a longer stretch of time, and we have not descended to barbarism or savagery. Those who have power rule those who do not. That is what the animals do. Those with power rule those with less. We are not animals." Eluvian's mood was dark enough, the sting of failure dragging it down in a spiral that had no good end. Humans, who comprised the vast majority of mortals within the Empire, were one step up from animals, with their unchanging fixed eye colors, their ability to propagate, their short, inconsequential lives. "I do not understand the empire you are attempting to build. I have never understood it, and the centuries I have spent observing it have not surrendered answers." The admission of ignorance was costly. For a man who professed not to want to rule by power, his form of communication was questionable. He commanded, and those who had survived the wars and sworn personal loyalty to the Emperor, most Barani, given the sparsity of dragons by that time, obeyed. Eluvian had been summoned. The summons was, in theory, an invitation, but Eluvian was not naive. The oath of service had weight and meaning to both the Emperor who had demanded it and the man who had offered that vow. Mortals were not a threat to either the Barani or the dragons, but many of the Imperial systems of governance, the Emperor's word, were most concerned with those very mortals. The Emperor had created the halls of law, with swords and hawks to police the mortals who vastly outnumbered those who rose above time and age. He had also created the wolves. "No," the Emperor replied, his eyes no more orange than they had been when Eluvian had approached the throne at his command. "Why did you want to create a division of men and women as assassins? As executioners, Eluvian." A warning there. "I am Emperor. My word is law. My judgment is therefore also law. They do not operate in secret. They are part of the halls of law. I do not understand your law, as you call it." "No," the Emperor replied again, gracing Eluvian with a rare smile. "You tasked me, notably not mortal, to find those suitable to serve as your wolves. I have done this for decades, for longer. Yes, I have long believed that you have no sense